John Pearson and his young wife Janet have known me a long time ago. After being finishing film school, I worked at a place called First Winter Features, which shared the same floor with John Pearson, who was booking films at Bleecker Street Cinema. So, not many people say I knew when, but John is one of those people. And Doug, I want to thank you for your kind remarks, and it's great to be back here in Austin. Yes, I want USC to win, but I've been a USC fan since OJ, so it was no reflection on you. But Vince Jones never had another game like that before. That was inhuman, that game. So I'm glad everybody's here. We'll be done in time for you to see your Cowboys get blasted by the New York Giants. So you won't keep this too long. How about them Cowboys? They suck. But look, I can't go too much. The Texas Rangers put the Yankees out. Babies look very old. But you might need another starting left-hander, though, for my brother Cliff Lee. We're going to show a portion of the 4-hour, a short portion of God is Willing and the Creek Don't Rise. When the whole thing happened, I think it was April 20th, Doug, when the thing blew up, we were already done filming this. And so once it became apparent this thing was going to be huge, we had to really chuck out the last hour, the last of the 4 hours, and consequently made 8 more trips back to New Orleans and Louisiana to film, to follow the story. And we knew it was going to be huge. And even though, we all know how the media goes, there's a news cycle and this stuff is not in the news, the oil is still there. Don't believe what Obama and his scientists said, that 75% of the oil is dissipated. That's not true. And the people in the region, the Gulf region, are still struggling. So we can't forget that. Texas has been very great, as you've seen in the film, where particularly Houston, taking on the citizens of New Orleans, and many have stayed and have chosen not to go back to New Orleans. So we're going to show this clip, and then we'll have a very lively panel discussion on what you've seen and where we are. So thank you for coming on. I appreciate it very much, and it's great to be here back here in UT. The Burnt Orange. My man Kevin Durant, the second best player in the league from your school. Thank you.
Mitch Landrieu, as a lieutenant governor and as a state legislator, he's done very well. We'll have to see how he does as a mayor.
Discharge and perform.
Discharge and perform.
All the duties incumbent upon me.
All the duties incumbent upon me.
As mayor of the city of New Orleans.
As mayor of the city of New Orleans.
To the best of my ability and understanding.
To the best of my ability and understanding.
So help me God.
So help me God.
You may kiss the First Lady.
have a big job on my hand, a big responsibility. Being the mayor of the city is like being in the middle of an emergency room on the field of battle. That's what we are here. And everybody that comes into our administration has to have that same mindset. This is not child's play.
Mitch Landrieu is the first white mayor since his father, that's correct. Mitch Landrieu's father, Moon Landrieu, had a fairly good reputation for having integrated city government.
And Mitch is following suit, and many people in the African American community have historic appreciation for the Landrieu's family, showing courage most of their careers. But to think that that's going to be enough to make this city cohere again, it's unrealistic.
You know, I said during the campaign, one team, one fight, one voice, one city. And I think that I'm excited about the possibilities of the people finally saying, listen, we got to get something done. We're ready to come together across racial lines, across geography, across class, and start moving forward.
As we begin a new day, we are ever mindful of the new challenges that loom off of our shores. The sheets of oil coursing through the waters of the Gulf that threaten our coasts, our waterways, and our lake. The spill threatens the wildlife and the wetlands and the fisheries that feed our nation. In fact, it threatens the economy and the very way of life of the people on a mend.
On that day, we were going to make an overnight fishing trip, and we headed out about 3 o'clock, leaving Cypress Cove, and got to Deepwater Rods at about 7:30. My other friend Wes said, you know, look at this rig's dumping all this water out the center of it. He knew what was going on. He said, you know, we got to get out of here, man. I mean, when he said go, you could tell he meant it. And at that point, the whole rig exploded.
When it exploded, it looked like someone took a sheet about 300 feet above the water and just wrapped it all the way around the rig. And just one big cloud of fire.
When it all happened initially, we thought everybody was dead on that rig. There was no way anybody could have survived, because when the thing exploded, the whole thing lit up.
All indications are that the explosions on the drill floor incinerated those people immediately.
BP, in 2005, they had a blow-up in Texas City and were sued. 14 men lost their lives. In 2006, in Alaska, up in the northern slope, they were taking oil out, spilling it all over the tundra, which is an incredibly environmentally sensitive area. The blow-up of the Deepwater Horizon in 2010 was their third major industrial accident in the United States over a 5-year period. It is pure negligence by BP.